Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shaira and I post planner and lettering videos on this channel. I have a really fun plan with me for y'all because right here is a spread I did in 2016. It was October of 2016 and I am using pretty much the exact same kit this week. So this kit is from the Coffee Monsterz Co. Helen has since reformatted this kit. It's pretty much the same art, like the same patterns that she has. She's just changed up a good chunk of it. It's called Sparks Fly. Helen, especially back then, I don't know so much about her current kits or what they're called anymore, but she used to always name her kits after Taylor Swift songs, which I think is so cute. And so a lot of this kit has changed, like I said. I don't know when Helen actually reformatted, but the boxes and like generally like how the art was used is a little bit more different now. I think like the main thing that has stayed is just like the art itself, and then like some like pages that I feel like are very true to like the Coffee Monsterz Co style of kits that she had back then. But yeah, so this did not come with bottom washi or date covers, which I actually really enjoyed because I get to use like my own washi and like my own date covers that I don't typically get to use. I did change things up a little bit by adding some washi up top too. Since I don't typically align my boxes to where like the lines are, I thought I'd kind of change it up a little bit now that I had like this is it 5mm? I think it's maybe a 7mm washi that I could put up top. And so I did just want to change that up a little bit. I used these date covers and it's like an underlay and an overlay from Rose Colored Days. The foil color that I'm using this week is rose gold. I pulled in a little bit of copper because I had a sampler from SPC that actually had copper. But yeah, so still a little bit of the fall themes here. I have about 2 weeks left. So after this, one more week because that's the week of Thanksgiving. And then I am free and into the holiday spreads. I am so excited. I know I've been talking about trying to catch up forever now. But yeah, so I thought I would show y'all the spreads that I made 4 years ago, like I said in the beginning, because I did want to show just like how much things have changed for me. At the time, I wasn't filming spreads yet, I think. I was mostly just posting on my Instagram. I don't even have that planner anymore. I think it might be stored somewhere in like a box that I'm not touching, but I'm pretty sure I decluttered at one point. Let me know below if you keep your planners and for how long. I think I just decluttered them recently, maybe within the last year. So it took me about 3 years to even get rid of something that I had back then. I was still in an Erin Condren, and I think it was maybe like my second year using one. I started planning like creative planning, I guess, in 2015, which I've mentioned here before. And so my style had already evolved by the time that I did that spread. But looking at the photo, I did so much with like check boxes and all that kind of stuff. I feel like back then I was a little bit more functional with planning. I mean, right now I use about 3 planners for different reasons. So I usually use my stickers for things that are more memory keeping, at least like in this style. I do still use stickers in my like regular pre-planning planner, I guess, which I have yet to show y'all, but I will totally show you guys what I will be using for 2021 as well. But yeah, I thought it was just really interesting to kind of see like how it started, how it is now, because my planning style has totally changed, and it's really changed with my lifestyle. I feel like back then I definitely needed a lot more to-do lists, just because like I had so much going on. I was just graduating college. I think I had just graduated college at that point, and I was starting my like first full-time gig outside of college. And it was just such a different time, such a transitionary period. And I was documenting every little thing I did at work because I was like writing them down maybe right before work or even like a little bit after just to document it. But now my planning style is just very different. It's a lot more creative. I do a lot more layering like you see here. And one thing I noticed is that I always document my food now, and I don't know what it is. I think I've just totally evolved into a big foodie over the years, and I just love being able to document it, whether it's something I made at home, something I ordered, something I tried, literally right here, putting food down. But yeah, so I totally think it's kind of cool to just see how my old style was and just like how things change over time. And I think like even this year, I've definitely noticed just how fast things can change too. Like this week that I am planning was about a month ago now, and I feel like things are just so different because I remember at this point I did like a little outdoor dining thing with one of my friends, and now like restaurants are pretty much closed in California, at least for like dining at all. And so it's just so different because obviously I think like people were trying to be careful, but like we're also just itching for a little bit of a sense of normalcy already at that point, which to be fair, I think all of us are still hoping for now. So I do hope people are staying indoors as much as possible, and wearing masks and all that jazz. I have said that so many times now, but I I think it's a little bit more hopeful now with just like current news and all that. So it's just kind of crazy just how much things have dwindled. I guess dwindled is not the right word. It's regressed. How things have regressed over just a span of roughly 4 weeks. So it's kind of interesting to even see myself like look back at this week that I'm planning right now. On a different note, this week that I'm planning, the highlight of my week was that we got our PS5. I know there are probably some of you who are trying to get it, either for yourself, for family members, or something like that. And it's still pretty difficult to pick it up, but we got really lucky. We were able to get it from Best Buy during their first pre-sale, which I don't even know when we bought it anymore. I think it was like in October. And so we landed a pre-sale and we were able to pick it up. And the day that it was ready, we totally ran to Best Buy and picked it up in the middle of the day. There were a bunch of people just there to pick up their orders, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, so I was really excited about that because when I was younger, my brother and I had a PlayStation, and that was how I kind of got introduced to gaming. I did technically start probably with a Game Boy more than like a PlayStation, but those were like the two things that we had at the time. And so I haven't actually had a PlayStation in a really long time. The last one that my family had was the PS2, and we just never picked up consoles since then. And so I was really excited to be able to get the PS5. Funnily enough, I actually have not picked up games that are specific to the PS5. I know some of y'all are probably not interested in this too because you probably don't play games or anything. But I ended up picking a bunch of PS4 games or games made for the PS4 because I just felt like I missed out on some games that I really would have wanted to play. So I did do that a little bit. The downside was a little after, like later that day, I started feeling just this massive headache and I started feeling chills and everything. And I was so scared that I could have contracted COVID because I had just dined out that day. And I know like anything you do nowadays that's outdoors with other people, especially people who are not part of your household, there is always going to be some level of risk. The good thing was towards the end of this week, my boyfriend started feeling stuff too. And I don't know where that came from, if we were just really exhausted with work or something like that. But we both ended up getting tested and we turned out negative, which is good, obviously. But I definitely had to take a sick day, which for me, it takes me so long to take a day off, to be honest. And so it was quite like, I think it was kind of nice for me to just like have like a total reason to not feel bad about like taking a day off. My work right now is super busy, probably up through like January or February. And so it's just been really crazy with work. And so I just don't have the luxury, or I feel bad about taking time off, which is obviously not how it should be. That's really not good for my mental health. But trying to get better with that every day, especially knowing that we're literally going through a global pandemic. Anyways, I am getting pretty much to the end of this plan with me just kind of rambling on, and I have grown a little bit more fond of this kind of voiceover too, of just like talking about anything that's happened during the week that I'm planning or even the week that I'm recording and stuff like that. But anyways, you'll see in a little bit in my leftovers, there's a bunch of headers and checkboxes left over. which is kind of funny just given, I think the comparison of like 4 years ago versus now is just so cool to see, because those were literally the like stickers that I put down first because they were my main things. But it's just so interesting to just see just that difference. Love that style then, love this style now. Totally just did a vivid wiggle there. Here are the leftovers and all that jazz. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this plan with me, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.